This video was created to explain how to utilize core language boards in your home. One of the most important pieces of communication that we can provide our students is to give them core vocabulary. And the difference between core vocabulary and fringe vocabulary, or your basic nouns, is that core vocabulary is anything that's not a noun. So it makes up about 80% of what you say during the day, and it's words that can be carried over across disciplines, across environments, across subjects. So it's not limited to a certain environment or a certain activity. So for instance, if I were to teach a student the word cookie, you can only use the word cookie if you're eating a snack or dessert or any meal times, basically. If you were doing a math lesson, you can't really use cookie as frequently. However, if I was using the word do, I could use the word do for breakfast, for math, for bath time, anything like that. Another good word is the word go. So you could use go during play. You could use go when you're going out somewhere. You can use go when you're doing your morning routine. So these are the kinds of words that the kids are going to need to use most often. So that's why when we make core language boards, we make them with words that are going to be frequently used and less with words that are noun-based or isolated to just specific activities. So this is one of the boards that I created for you that's on the Google Classroom. And basically it's color-coded using the Goosen's Crane and Elder coding system. And each color represents a different part of speech. So you'll notice all the verbs are in pink. These down here are a different coding system because they're the zones. So ignore that coding, that's zones related. All of the yellow are all of the nouns. So how you use a core board, you basically use it as your student, depending on how your student is able to communicate. So for instance, if I have a kid who's only producing one word, so for instance, book, to request a book, then I would teach the student by modeling it on the core board, want book, or I want book. So every time a student gives you one word, or however many words your child gives you, they give you one word, you give them two. If they give you 3 words, you give them 4. So you're constantly increasing their utterance length by 1 word, and that doesn't put them at a frustration level, it puts them at a learning level. So it helps them build longer sentences. So when you're utilizing the core language board, the best thing you can do is model language that you're speaking on a regular basis, and as soon as you start using it, you might notice that it's difficult to find the words, but the more you use it, the more familiar you'll get with it, and the same with your child. The more they use it, the more familiar they'll get, and the more likely they are to use it in the moment when they need to tell you something and they can only get one word out, or they just can't get any words out because they're so frustrated. So I'm going to give you an example. For instance, your child is going for a toy, a game that they want to play, and they're only saying rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. So on the board, you can model want toy, or want play, or play toy, mom. So if they give you 2 words, want toy, you could say want play toy. Or if they're giving you want play toy, you can have them add a person in there. Want play toys, mom. So you can increase the sentence length as much as you want. Or you can say, I want to play a game, mom. So you can constantly, whatever they're giving you, just add 1 more word, model it for them. Even when you're speaking, model it for them, and then have them try to build the sentence after you, and only accept the next level up to what they're giving you prior to the core board. So if they give you want play, then ask them to say want play game, and then you can give them the game afterwards. So this is another board just for mealtime that you can use with your child. And it works the same way. If a child gives you one word, you give them two. If they give you 3 words, you have them say 4. And always model what you're saying. The best thing you can do is model what you're saying in the moment. So if you're making food with your child, you could say, I'm making food. Or you could say, you are cooking lunch. Or I'm cooking dinner. Or you want a snack. Or you can have your child request something like, I want a spoon. So as much as you can utilize core language throughout your day to help your kids expand their sentences, you'll see a big growth in their language.